Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today we're going to take a look at a Longrow 16-year-old Cage bottle, fresh Madeira, 48.5% ABV. Dustin, what's a Cage bottle?
Yeah, so if you go to Springbank, you get yourself in line first thing in the morning, and if you're lucky enough, they have enough bottles, you get yourself a bottle out of the Cage, which are basically hand-filled whiskeys that are at the distillery.
Fresh Madeira.
I've never had a Springbank that I can think of with listed as fresh Madeira. We had the Madeira wood, but that didn't say fresh Madeira. I don't think I've ever seen a single cask using fresh Madeira. So,
2006 vintage, Dustin. Again, 16 years old, 48.5% ABV. And I'm guessing since you bring it out the Cage, it's cask strength?
yeah, I'm not positive, but I mean, it's hand filled. I assume they're not proofing it down like, must have just been low ABV.
Yeah.
There's sort of like a darkness, like non-red darkness to this Madeira. I don't know what it is. It just looks slightly different than like a regular sherry.
It looks like it's a
color.
dark melted caramel, or dare I say fresh motor oil, Dustin.
I mean, it's like going more towards like the brownish notes than the reddish notes, but it's still reddish. If that makes any sense. It smells amazing.
That's fruity.
Fruity, and yet it's got that diesel smoke right behind it from Longrow.
Fresh fruit meets 80-year smoker.
Now, this is you're behind some diesel truck with dualies, man.
Low to the ground, getting it in the face when he takes off in the side pipe.
You know the guy weighs $120. But he had to show off his big truck.
Man, that is some juicy fresh fruits on the nose.
I love the contrast here. Juicy fresh fruit and dirty long. This is one of the more dirty Longrows I've nosed.
Yeah, this is a fruit basket in a gear shop. I mean, okay, so golden delicious apple, green golden delicious apple with no bitterness, pear, melon, and strawberry diesel vape.
Diesel vape, Jesus.
Strawberry diesel.
All right.
That's what I'm getting.
Trying to dig in and try to really catch the malt notes.
They're there.
They're there, and I mean, they're nice, but man, it is. There's also like a little bit of sourness here, and despite the 48.5, I am getting a decent bit of alcohol still on here. It's an intense nose.
Yeah, man, I tell you what. That Longrow natural funkiness is in that oil. It's infusing that oil and making it stronger. And then there's just a pear trying to survive on an island surrounded by it.
I can't dig in and separate these fruits. It's just wow fruitiness, but he gets hit hard with that
pear.
Diesel punch.
Specifically pear.
I mean, pear is such a light fruit.
I
can't even imagine like
I think the first thing I said was green apple, golden delicious green apple without any of the tartness. Imagine a green apple without tartness. It's pretty much a pear.
That's fair enough. I just get the more I nose it, the more that diesel smoke is just overpowering me here. I love that note. It is like this cold diesel, dirty, nasty smoke, and it smells so good on whiskey.
Yeah, this is firing up a trailer tractor first thing in the morning when it's cold outside.
God, I got to just jump in, man. I am so excited to drink this. It smells
sucking
so
on
good.
that smokestack.
God. So good. I can get a little bit of lime notes coming in now.
I haven't getting anything really that citrus, but...
No, not the citrusy side, but just the sweetness of it.
Yeah, the fruits it has, it takes everything that's bad about the fruit out.
Think of like Lefroy, you know what I mean? Like Lefroy, how it gets the lime. Like, not citrusy, it's just like there's a smoked lime.
I love the contrast of this cask with this dirty, filthy whiskey.
I'm with you. And again, this is the dirtiest Longrow I can think of right now off the top of my head.
Longrows are dirty in general. So
Yeah.
to say this is a dirty one, which I agree, it's on the higher end of the dirty ones.
Like,
we're talking a filthy bit.
I mean, some of the reds are really dirty, but that's because they use dirty, cheap wine too. It's like they just wanted dirty on dirty on dirty.
Yeah, it's ODB.
Yeah.
But that Madeira is just like, hey, I brought a fruit basket.
Yeah. They're all getting a show.
I tell you what, now the smoke's coming. Now the peat's coming up. It took a minute to get past it.
See, now I'm suddenly getting way more fruitiness now that the smoke, I've kind of gotten used to it.
Again, strawberry diesel vape. That first drag. Whew. You know that's chemical. You know you were not designed to inhale that all day. You know what I'm saying? That's what it smells like. In the best way, Dustin.
Okay. Fresh vanilla whipped cream over strawberries up front. And then in comes like a caramel pie crust with spices, smoke, more wood smoke than like the diesel we were talking about. And then on the end, there's like this funky elderberry, I don't know, some kind of berry, like spice, funk kind of coming through here. Dirtiness. I mean, wow. This is... It's even got a little bit of meatiness, which I don't usually go to for Longrows, but there's even like a little bit of maybe a pork or something coming on. Smoked chicken even. Whew, what a whiskey. That's fun. Go for another sip.
Oh. And then the smoke. Mm-hmm. Like at first it's
super sweet, right?
apple dumplings with ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Like you get cinnamon, brown sugar, the apples there, the ice cream, and then as soon as you swallow, man, it gets dirty. Like like you just got the apple dumpling, and then someone bumped you, and it's not what's on the ground, and it's on asphalt, and it's black, and it's super hot outside. You're like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get down here and eat this because I'm a child. But it's it's the closer you get, the more you like taste tar.
Oh, there's nutmeg in here too. I hadn't picked that up yet. Cinnamon, you're right on.
Yeah, apple dumplings. So like they have the crust, the baked crust on it, and then inside you just have a skinned apple, usually a green apple, and then you put all that brown sugar mixed, inside of it.
I got the red fruits, man, for myself.
And vanilla ice cream. You could convince me there's some red berries on. I wouldn't say raspberry. Yeah,
no,
strawberry.
It's not raspberry.
Yeah,
strawberry.
I could see a few strawberries on.
I said like a vanilla white cream, but if you said vanilla ice cream, I mean, yeah, we're talking the same thing here.
But I got that soft apple, that cinnamon spice.
It's too hot an experience for me to go to because of the spices. For me to go to ice cream, like there's no cooling. That's why I went with.
As soon as you swallowed, you're right. It was over. It was all tar and fire. You know what I mean?
Even up front, it wasn't a cooling thing. It was an intense.
I guess like I kind of. Let me go back. I reckon the bite is just a little bit of a cinnamon bite right in that pear or apple.
I tell you what, whatever it is, man, this is delicious.
Yeah, Madeira cast really did well with this. Man.
All right, I got to go. Got to get a little drop in here.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, Terry. Now you're cooking with fire.
I got to see what happens.
What's the ABV on this again?
48.5. Which we've always said 48 is a great ABV. If this is cast strength, which it could be.
48.5 cast strength of Scotch is a lot better than a 48% something else.
Sure. But I mean, 48 we've always said is like, if you're going to proof it down, that's the magic spot to proof down to.
It's hard to fill thin at 48.
Because if 48 is always going to give you enough.
Yeah, with Scotch, it's hard to fill thin at 48.
Yeah.
Can you name me a thin 48 Scotch?
Nope.
Maybe Macallan Rare Cast Black.
I don't think that's thin, though. It's still got a nice oiliness.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard at 48.
That one failed because they chill filtered the living hell out of it.
That maybe was more what I'm remembering. But back to this one.
Yeah.
Apple and cinnamon spice, brown sugar.
Oh my god, it smells even better with water.
Tar. Oh shit! I mean, you want more sip? I'll go water.
Now, give yourself a second sip for sure. I mean, God, it's so good. I don't even know what it. I mean, it's like it didn't really change, but it just made everything go together better. Like it made it all better.
Buddy, cinnamon, apple, vanilla sweetness. You can call it cream. You can call it vanilla ice cream. It reminds me of apple dumplings right at the beginning. But then as soon as you swallow, super tar and dirty.
Oh, dirty.
It's like two angels on your shoulders. Or one angel, one devil. You know what I mean?
But again, it's got like that caramel, like spiced apples and stuff. Like
caramel
cinnamon.
there, yep.
Yeah. And then it's got the smoke all behind it initially, and then the smoke just finally comes up and like pops out of that pie crust.
The cinnamon is right behind, or excuse me, the dirty smoke is right behind the cinnamon. Like I get the cinnamon, then like, oh, by the way.
But like when it finally gets to the final finish, the smoke comes up even dirtier. Like it comes out. Like it gets freed.
The smoky dirt almost has the twinge of chocolate and cherry. No, chocolate and strawberry. That's what the strawberries really are, is right there.
Strawberry is definitely in there, man.
Being held prisoner by that tar.
And you could even convince me a little bit of orange notes in here too.
A little marmalade?
Something like that, yeah. And they're actually nosing now with water. Marmalade's actually a really good note.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad, again, with Madeira a lot. Madeira does tend to give me a little bit more of an orange note. Mm-hmm. I didn't get it initially, but now with water, I'm really starting to...
Orange and Madeira almost goes like Lagavulin and peach.
Yeah.
And now it smells so orange to me.
It's getting more and more orange. I mean, because I kept nosing and I kept thinking to myself, I keep saying these words, but why am I getting orange now? And I'm like, you know what? It's got to be the water because this is orange.
It's orange dirt now. Orange tar. Orange creamsicle tar.
And yet it's cleaner than it was before. Initially, it was super dirty. Now this is just dirty. Like before, it was like I just got hit in the face, but
if it was food, you wouldn't have trusted it.
No.
Lovely whiskey, does.
Jeez.
I like what that Madeira is doing. Yeah, the orange marmalade's super prominent now.
Marmalade's super prominent now on the palate too. The spiciness is beautiful. It's like when you touch your tongue to the top of your mouth is when the smoke really comes out.
Creamsicle.
Yeah, the smoke is now trapped in all those oils, and it's coming out when you kind of push them and rub them together. Oh, it's yummy. And you're right, creamsicle. Man. So I was a little worried when I first started nosing and tasting this, Mike, that I was going to score this low, kind of like I did with the Madeira wood, because I didn't appreciate that whiskey until I'd gotten through half the bottle. And then I really started to appreciate the 17-year-old, yeah. That came out as quite a couple years ago now. But I tell you what, adding water to this one, exploring it, having that second sip, oh man, this works well.
All right,
I need Springbank in fresh Madeira.
Longrow, at least. I love when you try to dress up a dirty savage.
Yeah.
And this is their best opportunity, or one of their best efforts. Let's say it that way.
That's all I can say.
All right, Dustin, whiskey score time. This has grown on me as the experience has progressed. I do think it's cast strength. It handled water too well for it not to be. Dustin, I keep saying things to not give the score, but I can't think of a reason not to give it, so I'm just going to say it. 90. Madeira wood. Am I wrong? I have been wrong before.
I was dead on with you there, 90. I mean, I'm kind of with you in that. I mean, we've had an ounce. I haven't even finished our ounce yet. But
I've had enough Longrows and Springbanks to know what a good one is.
It just has the intensity I like, has the refinement I like. It changes with water. It has transitions from beginning to end, beginning, middle, end. In fact, there might even be two on the end. It does everything right.
It's a nice, long, punchy, stinging, lingering finish.
This makes me want to go buy Cage bottles now.
We know Springbanks. We've done over 80 individual Springbank reviews. We've had well over 100, and you probably 150 apiece. So we know this distillery. Mm-hmm. I tell you what, this is how I like my Longrow.
Yeah, the problem with Longrow is we don't get enough examples outside of the Red series, which, by the way, I'm told that 7 is the end of the road. They are done with Reds for now. So hopefully they'll have a new series of something.
They do so great with exotic wine casts.
They do, but I've actually really enjoyed I like the Sauternes one they did.
Exotic.
That was really good because that's a white wine. I've got a Chardonnay one that was really good, so I'm excited to see them move away from red and get into the whites maybe.
I too have had a couple of Longrows that were Sauternes, a 11-year-old, and I think a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old, and a 9. They were both incredible. Mm-hmm. Like they were both like, wow, like I had no idea this was going to be this good.
Yeah, I really want to see white wine. I know my buddy Jason Coates is not going to be excited if that happens, but I will be.
I like Hazelburn, I like Springbank, obviously. But I tell you what, there's something about Longrow that is so just... Is that the best version of that distillery? If they would give it the cask maturation preferential treatment they give Hazelburn?
It could be. I still linger towards just regular old Springbank is the best, but man... As this is showing us, you can do Longrow well. We had a 20-something-year-old recently that we just raved and went crazy over. So it definitely happens.
If you're an Isla fan like I am, you like sooty whiskeys. Longrow's a hard whiskey not to like, unless you get the NAS unpeated. That wasn't very hard to.
Well, it's peated, but NAS peated.
Whatever. Anyway, those are our thoughts.
Especially those early ones. Oof.
Those are our thoughts on this particular whiskey. Longrow 2006 vintage of a 16-year-old cage bottle, fresh Madeira, 48.5%, absolutely delicious. PK, is that who gave it the sentences?
Yep, New York buddy.
Thank you, PK. I appreciate that. This was a dynamite one.
Yeah.
Dustin, till next time, what are the folks?
Happy cage drinking.
We'll see you then.